My name is Kamila Harabashvili and I am Regional Manager at Bournemouth University. So I oversee India and also South Asia. Bournemouth University is a modern university. We are located in the south coast of England, about 2 hours away from London. So we have some great transport links which enable students to travel both within the UK as well as to Europe, as we have a little airport. At Bournemouth University, we have currently almost 18,000 students. Out of those 18,000 students, over 2,300 are international students, and we currently have 50 students from India. So every single year, a number of students chooses Bournemouth University, comes to us because of a wide range of programs that we do have available to them. So we do offer undergraduate and postgraduate degrees. All our undergraduate degrees come with 1 year paid placement. So this is the opportunity for the students to gain some experience as part of their studies, which is really important as they have an opportunity to apply what they have learned during their studies in a practical way, enhance their experience, and also make themselves stand out better from the crowd when it comes to the future, to their careers. We also offer a wide range of postgraduate courses with placements, especially within the field of design and engineering. All our computing postgraduate courses come with 1 year placement as well as the courses in tourism. We have 4 faculties at Bournemouth University. So we have Faculty of the Management, with programs such as business, accounting, economics, marketing, as well as tourism. We also have Faculty of Media and Communication, so potentially our most signature programs that are delivered within that school. So we do have the courses in animation, digital effects, journalism, public relations. We also have the Faculty of Science and Technology, with all the programs in applied sciences, design, engineering and computing. And finally, the Faculty of Health and Social Care, with programs in health related subjects. So I guess this will be a little overview about the Bournemouth University itself. So I hope that you have some. So the purpose of today's event is to basically enhance employment opportunities for the Indian students. We currently have great employment rankings. Over 93% of students from Bournemouth University end up in employment within 6 months of graduation. However, with a number of different changes, immigration changes, the students, international students, find it quite difficult to find the employment easily in the UK. So the purpose of today's event is basically to meet potential employers, placement providers, that would be able to offer graduates from Bournemouth University work experience as part of the studies, or perhaps employ them as part of the graduate scheme. We do have any questions?
You all know some of the vice chancellors of the private universities as well as public universities spoken about employability. That's the talk of the country for quite some time. And most of the employment is dominated by software industry. And a year ago, a student from London School of Economics was offered a job in Mumbai, as well as in London and Singapore. It happened a year ago. And the difference between the packages was just 10% less. He was offered 10% less and what was offered in London. So what really happened was he had chosen to be at home, for various advantages. He could be at home and work. Now, as you all know, the packages at international standard offered in India, apart from software industries. That's the reason we've been working on this for the last 6 months, thinking that we could invite corporate people, head HR people, as well as CEOs, and explain to them to what type of quality education we offer, whereby they could offer a job to our alumni, whereby who could start the work from day one. That's the difference. I understand from some of the employers, they will never get the employees as expected by them. They will need to compromise whatever available. From that view, it went on like that. So we've been thinking, and Bournemouth University, it is not so easy to get in. They are quite strict, even the admission requirements. They really mold the candidates. Most of the students, I've been sending them students quite some time, and every student was happy, especially the parents. They come and tell me, say, I find a different child, that is my son. He was so, before he went, he was like this, or she was like this. Now I find a different child. Yes, he's too good in everything. She has been advising us. That is the way. And more than academics, they'll be able to learn a lot, especially when they go out. So with this evening, we have maybe at 6:30, we have invited around more than 30 corporates. I'm pleased, those who coordinated with us, and they are going to be here to meet with us and know more about it. They, as she said, we have 30 Indian students now. They will be completing, I think they might have already completed, within a week or two. So we are going to talk about those students, whoever wants to take them. That is that is the bottom line of the meeting. So we are going to provide, they are going to come back rather than being away from parents and family, and they will take up a job immediately. That's going to be, employer is going to be happy, employee is also going to be happy, and country saves. I could talk about what is brain drain. For the last 35 years, we've been talking about brain drain. I spoke in television several times on this, and the country is going to save that. We don't lose any of our students. So that is the situation. You are most welcome to ask any clarification with us. We are happy to help. Thank you very much.
If I could just add to that, yes, we are here to talk to Indian employers. We are really interested in what you feel that you need your students to come back to India with. We have a real interest in the internationalisation of our students. So we're not just concerned with Indian students studying in the UK and then coming home, but we're also looking at how we can best equip any students to come and work in India with your corporates. We have a really, really good relationship with our employers at Bournemouth University, and this evening when we talk to the companies, we'll be talking about what it is specifically that we do at Bournemouth, which we feel is quite unique. So quite different to any other university in the UK. We do have high employment rates. They are higher than the average in the sector in the UK. We obviously place a lot of emphasis on the degree. All universities do. But we really listen to our employers, and we listen to what British employers are telling us, as well as international employers, and we adapt our degrees to suit the businesses or the emerging businesses. Last year at the House of Commons, I took part in a launch of a project called Job Ready. In the UK, we sometimes hear that even though students are well qualified in a degree and in the technical skills, we hear from employers that they're just not ready for work. And we disputed that, and we said that we can prove that our students are indeed ready to work immediately that they leave us because of all the preparation that we do at the university. And that was well received in the House of Commons. We had testimonials from our employers and launched that last year. So we really, really do value what the employers want. And tonight is a little bit of a showcase for the university in looking at all the other extracurricular activities that we encourage the students to take part in, so that they develop holistically and become a well-rounded person, and they're really ready for the global workplace, and that's really, really important to us.
Companies are coming.
30 plus.
Main companies. It's a campus placement for Indian students studied in London.
It's not like campus placement because the immigration policy and government policies do not encourage that. But we are going to help the students here. They are not going to visit the campus. Maybe after a few years we could do that.
So they are not going to visit that, but it is almost like campus placement. The management at the international office is trying their best to circulate the CVs, and some of the corporates have agreed to do Skype interviews. So now technology is too fast to save our time. They have agreed to do Skype interviews, and there are high possibilities before the end of this year they can choose some of the students. As he said, 30 students. Out of 30 students, how many are willing to come back here? That is also a question. We can't force the students, oh, you go back. So but if they happen to get something, that's fine. As I told you about the example of a Mumbai boy, you know, he got offers. Even Singapore is closer to India, and he said, I will be at home. So I prefer that, and I think he still is in Mumbai working in a bank.
Indians?
Non-Indians, this event has nothing to do with that, but there is a provision for international students other than Indian students. They can do internship here. There are possibilities. The corporates have agreed. And in internship, it's not going to be for a longer period or for a big, they are not going to be on the roll, but it could be 6 to 12 months internship here. Campus abroad, that's me. He knows me, that is the reason he asked the counseling students and sending them. We officially represent overseas universities here, and we are trained. We means in the sense, I have visited more than 200 universities across the globe, and 200,000 students I have counseled so far. I think I'm almost getting retired, and we have been representing Bournemouth University for the last, I think it's more than 10 years, and this is one of the universities I'm personally happy about it, because they help students as well as they don't compromise any standard, and they support students. At the same time, they need only the best students. So that is how it's going on. It's easier for us, and they don't look big numbers. Like if you look at it in global level, universities just look at numbers, but they don't look at big numbers. And that is the reason when they said we have 2,300 students but only 30 Indian students. And admission requirements is going on very rigid from time to time, and that is the reason, but they would like to share and help the Indian students that get quality. Probably I could refer about the parents, one of the students who went abroad. He was an IAS officer. As you know well, government sponsors a couple of IAS officers every year for overseas studies. After he went, maybe after 3 months, his wife joined him. You know the lifestyle of an IAS officer here. And the wife, when she came back, she was influenced by some of the people. She said, and I'm very surprised and I'm happy that he is washing his own clothes and he is making up his room, he is cooking his own food, you know. So that is how that person is not only academic, but also one can be here on their own to meet the life challenges. We have 2 alumni here. Probably I would request one of them or both of them to say a word about their experience at the university.
My name is Abdul Tripathi. I am from Bombay. I studied at Bournemouth University in 2005 in the Bournemouth Media School. I did a course called the Masters in Arts in Broadcast and Film Management. I work in the media in Bombay. I was working before I went there and have continued working in the same field since. And though media is a culture sensitive industry, I'll just give an example of how teachers in the university go out of the way to make sure that though we come from India and the syllabus is from the UK, they personally take initiatives to incorporate what it would be like in India. So we had a project in which we were to analyze a channel, a TV channel, financially and strategy-wise. They encouraged me to choose an Indian channel, and though they did not have any idea of it, they actually spent time catching up on programs, looking up the balance sheet of that company. I chose the television networks, and my project was then evaluated after the teacher studied more about it than I did and could surprise me with names of programs as well as the history of the channel and the people who led the channel. So I was quite impressed as how a professor from the UK would go out of his way to accommodate my requirements, which was absolutely not necessary. He could have asked me to just do it on BBC. So I was very happy with my experience. I have come back, and yes, in the industry, things that I experienced firsthand over there, that I learned about there, are being implemented in the industry now. So I have witnessed it firsthand before it came over here, and that has definitely given me an edge in my field. Thank you.